Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? These just can hear me. Fuck. Can you hear me? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Fuck. What up, dude? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Get the likes. We got likes. We got 2 likes. Oh shit. What up, dude? Get the like. Let's get on and popping. See what we're gonna do. What are we doing? Who's out there? Somebody out there. Somebody out there. Man. Yo, I just did this thumbnail. Crazy. I like. Yeah, I didn't do no. I do no graphics, but this too. I did too many. I'm already doing too many. It's not that I'm burned out, but like for every single live, I do a thumbnail. Then I do a video. I do, you know what I'm saying, all this shit. Like everything is like, man, I be doing too much. Just keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple, keep it pumping, keep it going. I mean, don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, the effort is right there. You know what I mean? But yeah, we will always put the effort in. Anything that we do. That's me. And shouts to all the amigos in the motherfucker chat. Let's go. What we're gonna be doing today? We got the panels. We can open up the panels if you guys want to talk about certain things. Ooh, what did I see today? Okay, it started off like this. Cause yeah, I ain't trying to play with them. I ain't trying to play with you, fool. I'm saying, so we're gonna do it like this a little bit. Let me show y'all what I saw today that is interesting as fuck. We will see, because it's very interesting. And shout out to this this lady's channel. Usually I don't do this. I don't try to play somebody's video that
For completely independent.
That came up the same day, right? We don't wait a few days before I show their video, but I think it's something that we need to know.
And it scans.
Here. Boom, boom, boom. We'll see it now. Watch it now. This is so, to me, it's one of the most interesting things. Right? Let's try to find it. Hold up. We got it.
Got the internet turn like
Who is she?
that I can manifest any.
Here we go. All right. So, we did a video about this like earlier this year, right? So she breaks down what is the update of what we have been seeing. So we're gonna see it. We'll add her. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to her channel. You know what I'm saying?
To the in-between.
So look, this comes from an interview from another video. It's like a breakdown, right?
Remember those massive underground structures we covered a
Okay, you guys remember this? This was earlier this year when they discovered they used satellites to actually try to find what's underneath the pyramids, right? So this is what they saw. So the only reason why I want to bring this shit up because like there's a long interview. It's like now 2 hours long, and they said the same thing. You'll see right now. Hold on. We don't watch this shit. But yeah, this is what they said they discovered underneath the pyramids. Think about the size of the pyramids, and then they find this, right? So here we go.
few months back. 8 spiral wells plunging 648 meters or almost 2,000 feet beneath the Khafre pyramid, which is the middle of the 3 Giza pyramids. Cubic chambers the size of 25-story buildings, an underground network stretching over a kilometer.
That's crazy. So that's how they see it, right? So that's what they were saying before. And I think it was the what do you call it? Italian scientists, right? So they found. So look, the Giza pyramids. Underneath that, they have these fucking pillars that the size of 2 fucking what are these? The Paris whatever they are, right? The 2 sides. It's insane. They go down. Imagine this plus this. It's nuts.
Which is the middle of the 3 Giza pyramids. Cubic chambers the size of 25-story buildings, an underground network stretching over a.
And that's crazy. So these are well, she'll get to this. So how you are able to look beneath the earth, right? It's like an X-ray of it, and they found that underneath all of this exists more. Imagine that, because like, bro, you can't fathom how immense the pyramids of Egypt are, and then you have more.
A kilometer or like 3/4 of a mile. The research team of Filippo Biondi, Corrado Malanga.
There you go, Filippo Biondi. So it's crazy because they're not considered Egyptologists. I'm saying like Zachary Haras, whatever his name is. I can't stand him. I don't like him. But look, they're bringing. So it's not in. They just want to get to the science of their science. So I don't know their science. The science may be just how to use the satellites to penetrate underneath Earth or certain subjects. But we're gonna see this here. Okay, here we go.
And Armando May made some bold claims which carry some revolutionary implications. And former Egyptian minister Zahi Hawass dismissed.
There you go, Zahi Hawass. I can't stand him. I don't like him. Just I'm on Joe Rogan. I look like an absolute asshole. Sorry.
It all as hooey. But here's what the skeptics weren't expecting. 4 separate satellites just confirmed it's all real. Ice Eye, a European company.
Okay, so that's the thing. 4 separate companies or 4 separate how would I say, well, they're independent, right?
Capella Space and Umbra Space.
I want to look up all these companies up, right? Capella Space, Umbra.
Both American defense contractors.
Yeah, let's rewind this.
Dismissed it all as hooey. But here's what the skeptics weren't expecting. 4 separate satellites just confirmed it's all real. Ice Eye, a European company, Capella Space and Umbra Space, both American defense contractors, and Cosmo SkyMed, operated by the Italian Space Agency. Different angles, different times, different equipment. Every single one detected the same underground network, the same spiral structures, the same chambers at depth. That's not a fluke, that's confirmation. And
Right. Because, like, if you, that's applying science. Because, like, if you have a theory, then it can be redone. Like, somebody can do it over and over again. Right? It's not like you're just saying stupid shit. You can redo the same experiment over and get the same results.
like that's not momentous enough, lead researcher Filippo Biondi just revealed that he thinks he knows what these structures were for. Now, I know the big question. How can satellite radar possibly see through hundreds of meters of solid limestone?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Base, what up?
Well, it
Shout out to Base 44. I gotta fuck with that motherfucker. Let's go.
can't. Traditional
Yeah.
question. How can satellite radar possibly see through hundreds of meters of solid limestone? Well, it can't. Traditional radar barely penetrates a few inches or centimeters below the surface, but SAR Doppler tomography isn't measuring reflections.
See, that's what these big words, right? SAR Doppler tomography. So what does it mean? That's crazy.
Traditional
She's going to explain this, so therefore I don't have to fucking go look it up. SAR Doppler tomography.
radar barely penetrates a few inches or centimeters below the surface, but SAR Doppler tomography isn't measuring reflections, it's measuring vibrations. The Earth is constantly moving at microscopic levels: seismic activity, traffic, natural resonance. These vibrations travel through the ground, and when they
That's crazy. Right? The shifting of the Earth to the smallest movements, right? So that's how it's able to capture, right? This is the most intriguing part of this.
traffic, natural resonance. These vibrations
Yes. So they're capturing the resonance. Because, like, if something is moving and something's standing still, then you can capture it, right?
SAR Doppler tomography isn't measuring reflections, it's measuring vibrations. The Earth is constantly moving at microscopic levels: seismic activity, traffic, natural resonance. These vibrations travel through the ground, and when they hit different structures, different densities, they change. Satellites moving at 7 kilometers per second, which is about 16,000 miles per hour, can detect these changes through something called frequency modulation. The satellite reads
Oh, she's using big words. It's crazy. Well, I don't understand. It's crazy. Right? So there is a science behind this.
the vibrations on the surface.
So wouldn't we be... They do use this in military purposes, and they've been using them to find ancient civilizations in, like, Brazil, South America, things like that, to find pyramids.
Those vibrations carry a signature of what's underneath. By analyzing thousands of measurements, the team reconstructs the subsurface layer by layer. It's called tomography.
That's crazy. Sorry. I just want to make sure I understand and you understand. Here we go.
By analyzing thousands of measurements, the team reconstructs the subsurface layer by layer. It's called tomography. It's like a medical CAT scan, but for the Earth.
Yeah.
As expected, critics came out of the woodwork, but Filippo Biondi shut them down pretty fast because this tech
Yeah. So this happened this year. Early in this year, I think it was in March, where Felipe Biondi and his team, they started not predicting or having they were talking about this shit. It was wild.
Technology is already being used where real money is on the line. Mining operations use it to find mineral deposits. Oil companies use it for geological surveys. The Italian government uses it to monitor Mount Vesuvius, the active volcano.
That's wild. So yeah, it's crazy. Like the application to detect the same way, yeah, you detect certain things. Oh, it's gonna get crazy. Here we go.
Near Naples that hasn't erupted since 1944, but is still building energy underground. When your technology is trusted to locate billion-dollar mineral deposits and prevent another Pompeii, I think it works. But as even more proof of concept, the team scanned the Gran Sasso Physics Laboratory located inside a mountain about 120 miles or 200 kilometers from Rome. The scans matched reality.
Right. So this is something that's crazy. This is something that we know exists and it's been mapped. So they're using, look. These are tunnels that are dug underneath these mountains. Tunnels, right? And they're mapped the same kind of way. So, okay, if you look at like the Egyptian pyramids, even though they're stacked, they're stacked on top of each other. Then there's holes. There's at least a little bit of gaps. So like a mountain is one solid big fucking thing, right? You can map that.
Inside a mountain about 120 miles or 200 kilometers from Rome. The scans matched reality 100%. They've done similar.
Here you go. Keep on rewinding this shit because this shit's fucking nuts. Everything that she says is crazy.
Laboratory located inside a mountain about 120 miles or 200 kilometers from Rome. The scans matched reality 100%. They've done similar validation on other known structures, and each time they get perfect accuracy. But the real proof? The Osiris shaft. This network of chambers and tunnels sits on the causeway between Khafre and the Sphinx.
There we go. Okay, so the Sphinx is right here. And the pyramid's right here. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. I wanna do some Google Maps shit. Yeah, let's listen to what she says. Go ahead.
Discovered in the 1930s, it's currently mapped down to about 31 meters.
Look at that. This is what they mapped out. I don't know which portion they actually found. Hold on.
In the 1930s, it's currently mapped down to about 31 meters or about 100 feet to where it hits water. The Khafre team scanned that tunnel system and their results showed all three levels perfectly. Every chamber, every tunnel. But they didn't stop there. Their scans showed the shaft goes way deeper, like 2.5
Pause. My bad.
times deeper.
That's crazy. This is what they found, right? It goes way beyond this. That's nuts. Okay. From like somebody that would build anything like this, that shit would be crazy. This is underneath the pyramid. Underneath all of this sand, you have all of this
than previously known, with a massive structure at the bottom. Their technology accurately mapped everything we already know exists, but it also revealed what we didn't know was there. So here's what they've actually found. And it's not just Khafre anymore. Under Khafre, 8 tubes arranged in 2 parallel.
Here we go. So this is just the one pyramid, right? So there's 8 tubes underneath one pyramid, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's on each side, I guess, right on the middle. That's crazy. And these things go down. Like they, you know what I'm saying? They go all the way down.
Khafre anymore. Under Khafre, 8 tubes arranged in 2 parallel rows running north to south. Under Menkaure, the smallest pyramid, a smaller version, 2 plus 2.
That's crazy. See that? Sorry, man.
The smallest pyramid.
So the main big pyramid has 8. The other ones have 2, 6, right? Underneath them. And all of these are interconnected. And this shit goes down.
Smaller version, 2 plus 2. And under the Sphinx, a single massive tube descending into the earth. Each one shows the same spiral nature, and each one connects to cubic chambers at extreme depth. Each one suggests intentional engineering. And between Khafre and the Sphinx, they've mapped an extensive tunnel network, some known, some not, all connected, all part of what appears to be an integrated system spanning the entire Giza Plateau.
That's crazy. It's like an underground city? What the fuck?
What we see on the surface might just be access points to something far more extensive underground. Here's where Filippo Biandi's new theory comes in. When asked what these structures were for, he keeps coming back to one thing: water. The spiral tubes, the vertical cores, the cubic chambers at depth. He thinks they were designed to channel water flow in very specific ways. And he draws parallels to modern structures: nuclear reactor cooling systems, offshore oil platforms, hydraulic installations. Is he saying that the pyramids were nuclear reactors? Not exactly, but he is suggesting they were machines. Sophisticated devices that used water flow, acoustic properties, and materials we don't fully understand yet. He even references the cold fusion research of Fleischmann and Pons in the 1980s. Their controversial claims about achieving nuclear fusion at room temperature using palladium, deuterium, and electricity. His point? Water isn't just hydrogen.
That's crazy. So yeah, I think that theory has been around for a long ass time. So they were using the pyramids to actually bring water, or try to hold or manipulate water, right? In the Nile, or right in the pyramids, no?
And oxygen. Under the right conditions.
So if you take all this radioactive, all this stuff away, right? They were still trying to somehow control water.
With the right materials, water can facilitate reactions we're only beginning to understand. And given that our bodies are 99% water by molecular count, maybe ancient engineers understood something about water's properties that we are only now rediscovering. Their research paper is under peer review, and their methodology is being scrutinized. And if it passes, mainstream archaeology won't be able to ignore it. But what they really need is physical excavation. not drilling into the pyramids, just exploring existing shafts on the plateau that are currently blocked with debris. Clean them out, follow them down, see where they lead. According to their scans, those shafts connect to the underground network. That is where the proof is. The question is, will Egypt allow it? We'll find out soon enough, but the evidence keeps mounting, the scans are consistent, the technology is proven, and the implication.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, he went down there. He was there for like he did his whole little TV show. They were down there, and like you were like, what the fuck, bro? How the fuck you get all the way down? So they reached a point where you needed to have like help breathing, just like because you were too far down. I'm saying you could fucking pass away. That shit was crazy. It was his girlfriend that actually had the best one, the Mr. Beast. Egyptian pyramid. It's crazy. The underworld of all this shit. How the fuck did you? How were you able to do that? Oh, okay. Hold on. So this is Mr. Beast's girl. I wasn't gonna show Mr. Beast cause like. I think this was the best example.
The Great Pyramid.
But yeah, you end up being in water. Here you go.
Pyramids of Giza are the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. More than 1,600 people have died trying to climb it.
My bad. The fuck did I do? Get out of here. I got you.
And at least 60% of
Here we go. There we go. Alright. Drop the link for everybody. Oh, that's what I did. Okay. I gotcha. Boom.
the pyramids are still unexplored. Until today. In this video, I will go where no tourist has gone before, in order to find out who built the pyramids and why. With permission from the Egyptian government and my determined partner, I'm going to climb underneath the biggest pyramid in the world. Look
at that. That's wild.
only that, but I will also be descending 100 feet beneath the Earth's surface, accessing the cursed underwater.
Think about, I'm just giving you examples of what the fuck did they build. Bro. So, okay, like, look at Lego blocks, right? Like, how you build something. I'm saying you put all these structures together. You think beforehand. Because obviously, you build in layers, right? From the bottom to the top. And you see all of this fucking shit. It's crazy.
100 feet beneath the Earth's surface, accessing the cursed underwater tomb of Osiris.
There goes the bottom part. When it gets to the bottom part of the water, it's crazy.
God of the underworld. With the help of famous Egyptologists, I'll use a secret opening to crawl inside of the Sphinx, and I will investigate countless of secret tombs filled with hieroglyphs and even human bones. My name's Tia. I'm a neuroscience graduate. and I'm about to go put my theories to the test. I think I'm stuck. We just landed in Egypt. It's a different world out here. At night, the city springs to life with open-air markets and shouting merchants. It is 4:40 in the morning.
Wow, my bad. I want to skip through all this. So she gets to the pyramids. To the inside of it, right? That's what it is. Like, look at this.
The stairs that lead down below the pyramid's surface.
Oh, wow.
The subterranean chambers are strictly forbidden from the public.
No, okay. Not there either? Just here. Oh, good.
So these are areas they can't go through. Right? You heard them? You can't go up there. You can't go up there. That's like, they don't want you to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's only specific parts, and this is also just exclusive for them. The female, I don't know, or Mr. Beast and all these dudes. They have like an exclusive kind of thing, right? Yeah, not even the tourists can get passes. Well, all tourists are not able to get passes because, like, it's a select few, right? So, because, yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Like, you won't be able to go just straight down to these levels. So, there's levels. It's like A, B, and C. So, this is B, and all the way up top, that's C. It's more classified. B, you know what I'm saying, it's less. And then there's A, just for the tourists.
No, okay. Not there either? Just here. Oh, good. Don't worry.
I'll have to come back later with an escort.
I'm standing in the grand chamber of Pyramid Khufu right now.
Above us are the relieving chambers, which
Yeah. So this is what they say. There wasn't any lights or anything like that. So it's completely dark. They're using they're using lights, different type of light, but there wouldn't be no light in this room.
are completely off limits to the public.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It is rumored that they contain markings which proves that Khufu built this pyramid. I'm going to attempt to go see them for myself.
Take care, please.
Yes.
It's enough? Mm-hmm. It's enough?
Yeah. See.
But I don't even make it halfway up the ladder. Below lies the king's chamber. This chamber is a perfect...
Wow. So I'm showing this because, like, this shit's fucking crazy. How they built all of this. So you just saw, it's like it leads up to these certain points.
A rectangular room built from massive granite blocks, each weighing around 50 to 80 tons, which were somehow transported from over 500 miles away.
I don't believe everything the kings want to tell us because they all
That's nuts. 500 miles away. These big...
want to make themselves glorious.
Now, nobody was actually found buried in the sarcophagus specifically. But if there was, this entire room would have been filled with treasures and tools.
Get 30% off gifting supplies delivered in as little as 25 minutes. Only on Uber Eats.
Oh shit, Uber Eats. Sponsors.
Among my own tools is a UV flashlight that can detect certain substances which are normally invisible to the human eye. I also brought an EMF reader, which is a device that measures electromagnetic fields. Nikola Tesla realized
Very smart. I like it.
that the Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned with Earth's electromagnetic field, specifically at a latitude of about 30 degrees north. He believed that pyramid-like structures might focus or even direct energy.
Like, it might be the humid air or the lack of oxygen, but I feel kind of weird sitting here next to this sarcophagus that's older than hundreds of generations. As you can see, this is one of the shafts that were built into the king's chamber. Now, it goes pretty deep, very deep. In fact, it goes...
Yeah, it goes all the way out to the end of the pyramid. I think it aligns to certain constellations, right? Know this. I think I know this. Okay, my bad.
all the way out of the pyramid. So some people theorize that this has been built for air ventilation, and certainly it helps a lot. Other people think it aligns perfectly with the stars. As the saying goes, as above, so below. Is that the only evidence we have that Khufu made this pyramid?
No. 3 years ago, in the workmen's tombs, the tombs where all the workmen worked and died, lived and died, their houses and their tombs, which is about less than a mile away to this side. They built all the pyramids. We found a papyrus that doesn't say, hey, this is a record. The papyrus was a work record for the week that explained exactly what was needed for that week, how many blocks moved that week, how many people need to move what block, their names. This guy needs to move this block from this side to this side. This guy needs to start building the third level up here from there.
Wow.
With the route of every single person. And that to me is more proof than if it was written on the walls. But I do believe a workman who's arranging his workers, telling them, okay, this guy's going here, this guy's going here to build a pyramid. And to me, that is full-on proof that my grandparents built that pyramid.
Wow.
The sun rises in Cairo and a new day begins. The tourists come flooding in, and I decide to take a better look at the pyramids from the outside. I'm standing here in front of Khufu's pyramid, the largest pyramid here in Egypt. This pyramid is thousands of years old, and more than 1,600 people have died trying to climb it. Now, there once was a pyramid-shaped triangle at the top, but it has eroded over the years. And it really was a beauty to behold. The Great Pyramid of Giza is almost perfectly aligned with true north, more accurately than any other ancient or modern structure.
Hi.
After failing to make it inside any of the restricted areas on my
Okay, there you go.
First day, I decided
My bad, I was trying to fix the mic. It's all good.
a different, more friendly approach.
Okay. So you see what they're seeing? So there's gonna be a point where they reach certain levels. Bro, this is all a mystery. I don't know. I think that's what we were trying to see today. What this shit. But yeah. Get on it, popping. Quick. So yeah, we were talking about what they discovered in the pyramids. Okay.
To the
So we did see this. So it comes from this.
I'm here with.
Okay, if you guys haven't seen this shit, or his channel, bro, I think I don't know how he does it. He interviews, he's like, I don't want to say he's a Joe Rogan, but bro, this motherfucker really does this shit. Let's go.
Filippo Biondi, who shocked the world. I think it's one of the most interesting findings in the last century.
I am struggling to express in words just how significant of a discovery this is.
8 hollow cylindrical structures that are underneath the middle pyramid on the Giza plateau.
With columns and coils around the columns. I'm like, what?
We have measured approximately over 1 kilometer of depth.
Over a kilometer
Yes,
of depth.
over.
Yeah, this work is crazy. Look at this, bro. So this is who they were talking about before, Felipe Biondi, right? So what are they using? The technology that they're using, right?
Kilometer of depth.
Over a kilometer
Yes,
of depth.
over.
Do you think that the pyramid was a nuclear fusion machine?
Please give me another question. I don't know. Maybe the water goes through these spirals, and the spirals are made by piezoelectric material.
You think we can turn the power grid back on?
But we do like that.
Oh, shout out to Jesse Michaels. Bro, this motherfucker crazy. Some of the craziest interviews that I've ever seen. Go see him.
I'm here with Filippo Biondi, who shocked the world with a discovery earlier this year. You really did. I think it's one of the most interesting findings in the last century. And I don't know exactly what it points towards. I hope you can help, elucidate, make clear what it does today and what your methodology was. But you detected through this synthetic.
You see that? So what they're saying is that there's these. That's what look left and right? Left. You see what they what they think they see, and then this is what they see on the right using the satellites that they use, right? But will we be able to dig underneath these fucking pyramids? I don't think we will be able to, because then you have Zachary Sawaz, right? And the Egyptian government protecting this shit, right?
Aperture radar Doppler tomography, this really exciting new technique.
Yeah, the Doppler technology. They are using that shit, Doppler technology, to fucking find these things. And it's been accurate. but it's not. So the Egyptologists is old science. I'm saying they're archaeologists. I'm saying this shit is not like archaeological. It's more. It's different. It's a different thing, right?
What seems to be like it looks like an energy grid below the Khafra pyramid on the Giza plateau. And there's a lot of controversy. You have Zahi Hawass, who's this cultural, minister of culture there, former minister of culture. And he says, it's fake news and there's nothing there. And then you have a lot of people supporting you saying that, there actually probably is something underground. Obviously, that whole area is full of subterranean chambers. So it's an honor to speak with you today. I'm very excited to get to the bottom of this here in beautiful Perugia, Italy.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for saying me that we made a very great discovery in Giza. Just to begin, the work was done together with Corrado Malanga, who is the head of the research group, Armando May, and me. I am the technician that developed this synthetic aperture technique, and I shared it to the group.
My boy says, squad. Yeah, they stuck through them. They stuck through this theory. Okay, so it's like they're not Egyptologists. All they're doing, I think, from what I know, is they're using the satellite technology to see past this shit. That's all they're doing. And they see it. That's all, right?
So to everyone, and so to perform the scanning at the Giza Plateau.
I want to start with the most to the point question, and then we can back up and figure out how we got there. What, in your opinion, say a gun was to your head, you had to just guess, what do you think is underneath the Khafra pyramid?
Okay, yes, thank you for this question. The answer is a bit difficult for me to give you an answer, a precise answer, because the truth, we will know the truth only if we go inside physically there to check what there is exactly. Now, what we can say that we have measurements, physical measurements that are acoustic measurements, and these we performed these Now, what we can say that we have measurements, physical measurements that are acoustic measurements, and we performed these measurements, as you announced before, using a synthetic aperture radar. Then we will speak acoustic measurements, and we performed these measurements, as you announced before, using a synthetic
Let's meet up, my bad. So look, those are key words, right? So this is what they do. They're using satellites, right, to perform measurements, right?
We performed these measurements, as you announced before, using
synthetic aperture radar.
A synthetic aperture radar.
Right. So that's what they are using. So it's okay. They're not Egyptologists. I don't think that they have an interest in this shit. They're just using this technology to be able to use this technology. That's what they're using all across the world. Now they're finding whether it's oil, different things that are underneath the earth, right?
Then we will speak about the synthetic aperture radar and how we arrived to perform these measurements. We are considering tomographic analysis on, first of all, we began
Tomographic analysis.
this analysis on the Great Pyramid of Cheops, and then we moved on the Khafre Pyramid, and then extending all the measurements on all the Giza Plateau. So what we are watching huge structures that are connected to the base of the Khafre Pyramid, and these structures are extending underneath for, let's say, tens and tens of meters.
See, when I see this guy, I don't see somebody that's trying to sell you something. I think that he's explaining what he saw, explaining what the technology that he's using, explaining what they're doing and what they see. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay. So if you have certain type of theory, you apply it, right? And you're trying to look for the biggest thing. The biggest thing would be that, right? The Egyptian pyramids. And if something lies beneath it, here we go.
Approximately, we have measured approximately over 1 kilometer of depth.
Over a kilometer of depth?
Over depth, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So over 1,000 meters. And what do the structures look like?
Yes, the structures are like that. The tomographies are public, so we have done a scientific interpretation of those tomographies, and they are like tubes that are connected to the base of the pyramid. We are counting at the moment 4 plus 4 tubes that are descending underneath, and they are connecting the top, so the base of the pyramid, to something that is located.
Okay. Only question is like, if this is real, I'm not saying that he's lying, but like, what the fuck is holding everything together? Like, is there like another structure that holds all of this shit together? Let's just imagine that. Something's holding up the fucking Egyptian pyramids, plus what they're saying, the cylindrical things that are going down. And then they also say that there's a bottom of like structures. Bro, it's wild. Cause like it's
at the bottom. So at the bottom we probably have huge chambers for approximately 80 meters wide, of width, and also of height, 80 meters.
Wow.
On the bottom.
On the bottom?
Yes.
And so what is that? That's like the kind of foundation structure on which the tubes are coming out.
Probably because we are observing that the tubes are connected to the respective top of this structure. They are connected and goes inside.
Wow.
Also. Because then I explain you why and all the physics that is behind all these measurements. And obviously, we don't know the exact objective of these things. What we know now is this: there are these structures, tubes, huge tubes that are descending underneath, and we have noticed that these tubes has a sort of spiral nature. So they spirals around their self, going down. And then we have noticed that each tube has a core in the center, which is let's say, connects the spirals, no? And this core descends down. So, just to be clear, the physics behind all this work that we have done. We have used an equipment or a device, let's say a device, a payload that is called a radar. Radar is an acronym that it means radio detection and ranging. So we detect things remotely, and while we detect things, we can also measure a distance. This is a radar. In the past, radar was installed on board the ships, maybe to know for safety navigation or on board aeroplanes. But today, they are also on board the satellites. And of course, the technology advanced.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So there was 4 other aperture radar technology. I think that's what the term is, right? So they're using satellites with the radar and they're scanning the Earth, right? So there's 4 of them. That's what the lady was talking about before. Here we go.
And radar became synthetic aperture radar. Why synthetic aperture radar? Because we need to perform pictures, electromagnetic pictures of the Earth.
Wow, big words. Y'all don't see this shit, bro. So I've been studying this body language interpreters. Bro, I don't think that he's lying. He believes what he's saying. I forgot what the fuck his name is. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna put this interview into his chat and see if he believes that this motherfucker is based on his yes. Yeah, Psycho. Yes. That's exactly what they're doing. So that is what it's called. So it's not just an X-ray. It's so they sense the vibration because the Earth vibrates. Okay, so when the Earth vibrates, even if it's on a microscopic level, it shifts. So like when it shifts, you can capture the same thing. Bro, this is crazy. They are using X-rays, basically, yes.
Casts in the so-called remote sensing of the Earth.
It's more than just X-rays. This is what they use to find oil, gas, in every part of the world. They've been doing this for a long time now.
To perform pictures, electromagnetic pictures of
the Earth. Yes, that's what they're doing. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
The Earth. It recasts in the so-called remote sensing of the Earth, Earth observation. And the more the aperture and the detailed are the image of the radar. So, synthetic aperture radar, it means that we synthesize a very long aperture in order to have very high resolution on the Earth. We are talking about submetric resolution. Maybe a pixel can be...
This is what he's saying.
Talking about long aperture in order to have radar.
So it's called... So it's called synthetic aperture radar. That's what it is. So they're using radar too. It's not X-ray. X-ray, I think, is radioactive.
Image of the radar. So synthetic aperture radar, it means that we synthesize a very long aperture in order to have very high resolution on the Earth. We are talking about submetric resolution, maybe.
We are talking about cybernetic resolution. Maybe a pixel. So, okay. When you use an upscaler, so they are using something that is magnifying or theoretically predicting what's there. So they're analyzing the image or the frequency, and then they have something that magnifies it and can predict it. So when they predict like where parts of oil, gold, whatever they want, that's what they're doing. Right?
A pixel can be of this dimension of this square, the floor. So it is very important.
Yeah, it's like a quarter of a meter, right? Or yeah. It's pretty strong resolution. And there are companies like ISI and others that do all sorts of work when it comes to synthetic.
Look at ISI. I want to see what ISI is doing.
Like ISI and others that do all sorts of work when it comes to synthetic aperture radar. They have, Umbra, Capella Space.
Probably, yes. Underwear, we got everything. Yeah, they probably do. Bro, this is... you don't think that they have that shit? The capabilities that they have is crazy. Okay, so look. These are the companies that you want to look into. Umbra, Capella Space. These satellites, bro, they're only getting better.
Which I think are responsible for some of these scans, are very credible companies that do work in defense and commercial applications as well.
Yes.
Okay.
There are the companies that you said. They are American, Capella Space, and also ICI is an European company. We have Cosmos Skynet and
so this is the Italian version of them. All of those are American companies, bro. This is getting crazy.
Cosmos Skynet second generation, which is an Italian company. Affiliated to the Italian Space Agency. So we have a lot of equipments, a lot of radars, and we use the data.
But listen, okay. I don't think that I have been invested this much into satellites the way that this motherfucker explains this shit. Topography, you know what I'm saying? All of the shit that they're saying. Think about what he's saying. That's all. Okay. Don't believe it or believe it, but think about what they're using. They're using all of this technology. The shit that they're talking about. Okay. So if you have an underground bunker, these satellites are capable of fucking detecting your shit. And these are commercial, imagine military type of shit. So he just named like 3 or 4, right? So hold on. Look at this. Look, he just named a few.
Radar they have, Umbra, Capella Space.
Umbra, Capella Space, right?
Which I think are responsible for some of these scans. Are very credible companies that do work.
All of those are companies that we know exist. There's a whole bunch we don't know exist.
In defense and commercial applications as well.
Yes.
Okay.
They're sending us images with... Yeah, exactly. All the time.
There are the companies that you said. They are American, Capella Space, and also ICI is an European company. We have Cosmos Skynet and Cosmos Skynet second generation, which is an Italian company.
The Italians. So I didn't even know that the Italians have an actual like a space. What is it called? I didn't even know they were up in space. I didn't even know they like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. But they do. They have a space agency.
Affiliated to the Italian Space Agency. So we have...
right? So we have a lot of equipment, right? Radars, satellites, things like that.
A lot of equipments, a lot of radars. And we use the data produced by these satellites to perform the scanning on Giza.
And so radar, backing up, is just bouncing radio waves off of physical objects.
Yeah.
Synthetic aperture radar is a way to do that with finer resolution, essentially. And so how does that work exactly?
Yes. I have to tell you this. That is very important because initially.
Listen. This motherfucker is not fucking around. I'm telling you, this dude he's breaking this shit down. I'm telling you, this motherfucker OG, remember his face, bro. So this is the difference between all of this shit.
When we
resolution, essentially. And so how does that work exactly?
Yes. I have to tell you this. That is very important because initially when we announced this discovery, there was a lot of mess in terms of scientific information. So misunderstanding, a lot of misunderstanding. Radar, synthetic aperture radar.
Okay. If you guys don't understand what he's saying, because he has a fucking accent. A lot of misunderstanding. Radar, synthetic aperture radar cannot penetrate the Earth, right?
Cannot penetrate the Earth. So electromagnetic waves has only superficial interaction, according to the Maxwell theory, according to the past physics, classical physics. The interaction of electromagnetic wave is superficial.
You guys understood that? How do we find it? It's wild.
Maybe you can have a bit of penetration, but very, very few.
A little bit of penetration. I get all the. I'm just kidding. But what he's saying is like the technology, right? So the interaction of electromagnetic wave is superficial.
The interaction of electromagnetic wave is superficial. Maybe you can have a bit of penetration, but very, very few centimeters of penetration. In this case, we have developed a new technique which we are able to detect the superficial vibrations of the Earth. Why? Because vibrations penetrates the Earth.
Who's penetrating our Earth? We gotta stay focused, bro. Zago. Bro, this motherfucker is so controversial. It's crazy. So, but yeah, he's talking about some scientific shit. Let's go.
Earth. It means that.
Hold on. This motherfucker penetrated the Earth.
Because vibrations penetrates the Earth. It means that.
Facts. Vibrations are the thing that penetrates everything. You know what I'm saying? Every single fucking thing. Everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how you separate everything. Here we go.
Photon and phonons, which is the quantum in.
What happened? Like 10 days ago. 10 days ago, they found it. This was the footage. But in early of this, so that's the link. That's the link if you just want to see it. Starts to Jesse. Go subscribe to this channel. This is the thing. What they're talking about is how they're using satellites to penetrate to okay, if the Earth is vibrating and it's moving, it's okay, obviously the Earth has an electromagnetic field, right? And then it has all these things, so there's like microscopic energy that they can detect, they can sense, right? So then they use these satellites to see those vibrations to pinpoint certain things that are underneath the Earth. So they use this what he's talking about is I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but they use is those satellites to find like oil, gold, things like that, because like they can detect this shit. So this what they use against the pyramids.
Of light, of electromagnetic waves, and the quantum of vibrations, so photon and phonons, are separated by something called boundary. It means that light propagates only in the free space and not in the matter. Phonon propagates only in the matter and not in a free space. So, in order to combine these two, we tried and we successfully combined the two informations given by the photon and by the photon. Where we have both of them? Try to guess where we have both of them. In the intersection.
At the boundary.
And at the boundary, we have the information of the photons and the phonons. We have the interaction of them. And there we were able to retrieve the so-called sufficient statistic in order to perform tomographic inversion and so to go.
Tomographic inversion. Okay. That's wild. I'm always like thinking, bro, this motherfucker is crazy.
Deeply inside the earth. So this is something that we have developed 2 years ago, and this is new. And at the beginning, people were not, was something new. So it had to pass some time in order to realize that this.
Okay. So what he is saying, when I'm looking at him, I believe what he is saying. Like, he's not fucking bullshitting. He's not like selling a bullshit theory. He's actually coming from a scientist's point of view that is explaining his science and method of detecting this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Was possible.
Is something penetrating the Earth? So in the case of radar, like you said, it's reflecting off the Earth's surface, pretty much superficial. What else is penetrating the Earth to even gather the data on the structures?
I tell you this: the satellites flies in the space on a velocity of approximately 7 kilometers per second. It means that in 1 second the satellite has flow 7 kilometers. Then this high speed, this high velocity permits the radar to synthesize a very generous Doppler bandwidth. Doppler, it means that the electromagnetic waves that we transmit and receive are frequency modulated by the movement of the Earth. Okay.
This is my boy. Doppler what the fuck did he say? You know what I'm saying? Doppler, it means that the electromagnetic waves that we transmit.
Means that the electromagnetic waves that we transmit and receive are frequency modulated by the movement of the Earth. Okay? If the Earth vibrates because of the presence of seismic waves, the presence of vibration due by the presence of seismic waves.
Seismic waves, right? The presence of seismic waves, because like you will see that like in the ocean, tectonic plates, things like that. You can detect that, right?
Because of the presence of seismic waves, the presence of vibration due by the cities, the presence of vibration due by any natural phenomena occurring on the Earth while we are observing it by the radar, it means that the Earth is moving. And if this movement performs a frequency modulation on the returned signal. So this frequency modulation is proportional to the vibration. So we can grab the vibration of the Earth. And this vibration that is located on the boundary has all the information of the vibration present below the Earth. According to this, it was possible to perform an algorithm that...
Wow. So they were able to calculate an algorithm based on the vibration of the Earth, and then pinpoint it to that.
Realizes tomography. Tomography, it means I look inside. Tomos in Latin, it means slice. Okay? So we can scan the Earth according to slices that are located below the Earth. The slice, imagine to uncharge or to extract a
How's this shit? Bro, what the fuck is he saying? So, okay, if you look at his, what is it? His, behavior, this motherfucker's giving you so much fucking knowledge. It's crazy. Crazy.
Vibrational slice from below the Earth, and here you can see everything concerning the energy vibration on a certain depth.
So phonon, which is vibration, converts to photon, which is basically a light packet, which is the unit of an electromagnetic wave. The frequency modulation then goes to the satellite and allows you to read vibrational differences in the Earth, which is...
Hey, he knows. I was going to say that, but...
it's obviously, kind of correlated with material differences under the Earth, and you can figure out the structure underneath the Earth. Is that correct, roughly?
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. And I think to maybe the skeptic out there, I imagine this is used in other cases, right? Like this isn't just used for scanning underneath the pyramids. Has this been used in commercial industry, in defense, anything else?
As you know, on American Alchemy, we cover a lot of technology that goes beyond human limits. This is about technology that helps the body catch up and feel good. I'm talking about the iRestore LED face mask, a red light therapy system that uses clinical grade wavelengths to boost skin cell energy production. The same exact principle used in the top recovery clinics and bio-optimization labs in the world. I've been using it most nights, 10 minutes while I'm reading, prepping for a show, or decompressing. It's completely hands-free, comfortable, and engineered to deliver consistent light intensity across the face. Not that uneven scatter most cheaper masks use. It feels like your face is taking a warm bath. What it's doing is called photobiomodulation, stimulating mitochondria to repair tissue, reduce inflammation, and improve circulation. You actually feel the calm and rejuvenation after a session. I've tested a few of these. This one really stands out for the build quality. It feels like it was built in a high-precision lab, and it's not just a cheap beauty gadget. So if you're into real evidence-based recovery tech, this belongs in your setup. Head to iRestore.com and use code Jesse25 for an exclusive discount. Again, iRestore.com, code Jesse25. Red light therapy has really been a game changer for me, so I hope you love it.
Shopify is a platform that helps entrepreneurs get started down the path they want. Sometimes starting a business can be scary. I feel like I lost a little piece of my soul.
It can be...
Okay. We have to go through all these ads. Shout out to everybody. Oh boy, Mato. Shout out to Jesse. Bro, you have to, guys. You got subscribe to him. Bro, he is fucking crazy. Honestly believe that smart people like him are only allowed to say, yeah, exactly. Say as much and as little as they can at the same time. Yes. No, but this guy, he is breaking down certain things as far as like the radar technology and things like that. So yeah, okay, so if you think that so a lot of people are starting to think that we have been existing and there's been multiple civilizations before us. I don't think that the people that built the civilization sorry, I don't think the people that built the pyramids were of our same civilization. They were before us, if that makes sense. So they were before us. Because this is not, it's impossible. Listen to what the fuck they're saying. They're saying that there's pyramids, and then the pyramids be below that there was like structures and cities and just all this shit. And they're using all of these types of fucking technologies to try to figure this shit out. Here we go.
Use for everything, I suppose, for commercial purpose, no? Because if when we are able to retrieve the superficial vibration of the earth in order to perform tomography, we can use this technique for maybe for mining, maybe for crude oil extraction.
See that? So what they use, exactly what they're using is for mining, oil extraction. So it's not even about even on the like there are oceans. You know what I'm saying they can find different parts of the world and different parts of the ocean where they're gonna extract oil.
For everything, I suppose, for commercial purpose, no? Because if when we are able to retrieve the superficial vibration of the earth in order to perform tomography, we can use this technique for maybe for mining, maybe for crude oil extraction, maybe for other kind of application that can be useful to humans.
Is it currently used for anything? Like I've heard that it might be used to map magma chambers and volcanoes.
Absolutely, yes. It can be used for
See, that's crazy. When you look at this dude's face, he doesn't look like somebody that's like doing it for clout. It looks like somebody that you like it's a scientist. He's just telling you how he feels. You know what I'm saying? So watch some of these videos. I do want to play some of these videos where they can body language videos. This motherfucker's just here to tell you. Him and another one, what the fuck is his name? He was talking about UFOs. They're just very stern, and they just believe what they're saying, right?
Chambers and volcanoes.
Yes. Okay.
Look at him. This motherfucker's not talking like. Look.
Can be used for map the magma chambers of the volcanoes. That, in my personal opinion, is very important to do this type of facilities, because I give you an example. In Italy, we have a very dangerous volcano, which is the Vesuvius, that is located in Naples. And from 1948, this volcano is not smoking anymore. So it is accumulating energy.
Oh, wow.
And we know that, I'm not saying that tomorrow will erupt. I'm not saying this, but it has to be monitored. I tell you, Italy is very here in Italy we are focused on that volcano. It means that it is very under attention. There are a lot of in situ seismograph. Radars are using the so-called interferometry, which measures the displacement of the Earth, are always, also I do it on my work, it is always under attention. This other method can help scientists to study volcanoes. Absolutely, yes.
Wow. I mean, I think it's very important for people to hear that this method is used in business contexts when money is on the line, or in the case of Mount Vesuvius, so that another Pompeii doesn't happen, lives are on the line.
Yes.
So this is a tried and true method, Doppler tomography, because it's really funny, man. Like, even in preparing for this interview, you can chat GPT, your finding under the Khafre pyramid. The response you get back is synthetic aperture radar can't penetrate below, a quarter of a centimeter below the Earth.
Yeah.
They don't even mention the Doppler tomography, which is used in all these other contexts. So it's just bizarre. I
don't know why.
I don't know why.
That's wild. Because they don't want to change the history. There's old history. I think that they try to bury it, right? Then now we're learning about it, and it gets crazier. It's gonna be crazy. I'm saying, so I don't think, bro. When he says shit based on his body language, I think he means it, and I don't think that he's specifically talking about like just changing how the Egyptian culture or anything else. All he's doing is presenting science. The science is that this shit goes way down. You know what I'm saying? This science.
Either, man. It's yeah, okay. So that's really helpful that it's used constantly. And I think it's important for people to understand your background as well. You do some work with the Italian military that's classified. You can't even speak about it, right? So it's clearly useful to them.
This one. I'll tell you, bro. Look up what is it? Body language. The motherfucker's not here to play with you. He's not here to fucking sell you shit. He's just trying to tell you this shit is this and this is that. That's it.
Because they don't want anybody talking about it. Should I not even be asking about that?
Yeah, I don't ask about that. Yep.
I'm just saying the facts that you do it. Are you not supposed to say? Okay, sorry. I mean, in the US, like, you can say, like, I do work, I just can't talk about it. But you don't even want to say that you do the work. Okay. Forget it. What was your motivation in the first place to even look below the pyramids? How did you have a hypothesis? Like, I mean, most people wouldn't even think that there might be something there.
Yes, thank you for this question. The first thing I did is to move on Vesuvius because I had in my consciousness to make something for humanity. So the first thing is okay. Let's see what is happening under the Vesuvius. And I wrote a paper. It was very, very nice paper, and together also with the National Research Council of Italy, because we have synchronized the data coming from in situ seismograph with the radar data and match them together. I suggest to read that paper. Is very nice. It is open source also. Everything is open source. And here I can say it's in my article, or not it's in my book, it's in my article. And then after writing this, something no money, only for humanity, and continuing this paradigm only for humanity, according to my friend in 2019, Corrado Malanga, we decided to do something concerning if it was possible to scan inside the Khnum Khufu or Cheops pyramid. And then we made the motivation. The motivation was because Giza is, I think, the best archaeological site in the world. There are a lot of things that, in my personal opinion, has to be discovered, and we are doing it. So we moved there because we were motivated, very motivated to move in Giza, because Giza is very important for humanity.
And you go for
the past. No?
Yes. I think so. Because look, if you look at humanity itself, or our civilization, our version, would somewhere be there, no? You have Göbekli Tepe, you have Egypt, you have Samaria, the greatest civilization. You have all these things. You need to start somewhere. How did we get here? How are we here? You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Maton. My boy says, when you look at China, Singapore, Japan, and many Arab countries, they are more advanced than the U.S. Why? Because the U.S. kind of seems like it meddles more into other people's business instead of fucking developing our own country. We should have, so as far as like the advancement of technology, I think we do have it. I think we have it in military, but we don't have it in infrastructure in the United States. We don't have the same things that Japan, China, Singapore. We may or may not know about these things, but are we creating anything better? I don't think so. Are we advancing? No. Are we behind? Yes. Because if you look at like the Japanese, I think China, they have super trains. I don't know, right? In military wise, yeah, we're not behind. We're behind. Yeah, the U.S. doesn't fucking spend anything. China actually helps more countries than the U.S. does. It's crazy. I'm not. If you guys are listening, I'm not pro China. Yeah, it's all it is. Yeah, we're behind. Yeah, we could be. Can we change it? Can we learn from that? Yeah, it will be. It will be, because like this is the thing. Bro, you can rebuild Detroit, right? Why was Detroit, the city of Detroit, important? I'm saying, why can't you rebuild it? Why can't you do, you know what I'm saying, the infrastructure here in like the United States? Why can't we build crazy? Think big. You know what I'm saying? Think huge. We're not doing that. Look at New York subway. Look at New York and subway trains. We're not doing shit. Tiffany, what up? What up? What up? What is everybody coming in? What the fuck is you got the message right now? So if you guys haven't heard, shout out to Tiffany. Shout out to Thomas Hill. All the amigos in the motherfucker chat. Okay. Why aren't we doing this shit? Why aren't we building mega structures instead? So why are we doing these things instead of we're sponsoring a whole bunch of shit? I don't even want to talk about the war part of this shit. What is it? Okay, so what we're talking about right now is we're talking about what is going on with this? The scientists that actually thought of the pyramids, right?
Who we are? Who are we? Because in my personal opinion, people, when they born, we don't know who we are. We are here and we don't know anything about our...
Exactly, I think so too. Right. When we are born, we don't know. We don't know what we were born into.
Our past, our history, and who we are.
Truly. And it really, Egypt is the center of the debate. If humans have collective amnesia and we don't remember who we are, Egypt is the center of the epicenter of that kind of discussion, because you have people on the one hand like Robert Bauval and Graham Hancock and Robert Schoch.
See, these I read these books back in the day. Robert Bauval, Graham Hancock. I'm saying, I don't know about Robert, but yeah, they were talking about ancient civilizations that existed for a long time. How it just doesn't make sense. How we went from building colossal structures, you know what I'm saying? And then you try to claim that civilizations were primitive.
Who, since the 90s, have been saying very interesting things about, you know, possibly limestone damage on the Sphinx and, you know, a lot of these structures possibly dating back to, you know, what we think of as kind of, you know, the Egyptian kingdoms. Yeah. Talking about their mapping to, you know, processions and to, you know, to Orion's belt at the time of 10,500 when they think maybe the Sphinx was built. And you have subterranean chambers in that area as well. You have Zahi Hawass, the Minister of Culture, famously debating them and trying to suppress a lot of this information, but admitting that there are some chambers down there. He even went down in certain cases, and then it's often, you know, nothing to see here, don't dig further, you know. So it is this, and then if you think about Western civilization, the Greeks got a lot from the Egyptians, and Egypt, you know, pre-Egypt, you have Sumeria, you have a couple of other cultures we know less about, but Egypt was far more advanced than a lot of, you know, what was preceding it. And so it's this really interesting, seminal place to look, I think.
I agree with you. In my personal opinion, they were far advanced with respect to others. We can see it how they used to cut the stones very precisely, like that. I don't know if you went I went for the first time in the Serapeu of Saqqara.
Okay, let me ask you guys. Okay, so what are the answers? Maton, what are the answers? How can... Okay. Because I thought about this for a long time. What are the other ways to get off of oil? Okay. Let me I dropped a link for everybody if you guys want to join. Chill. Hold on. So look. If let's say the apocalypse happened, right? If the apocalypse happened, what would you be able to do? What energy? So are we going to go back to the basics? Fire, no electricity, no technology, no phones, nothing like that. Okay. Bro, I used to be obsessed with this shit, right? Because, like, it's not being a prepper. It's just being, like, does that make sense? Like, what would you do? Imagine if you had to, the world doesn't end, because the world won't end. I remember I told somebody, it's like, oh, what happens if the world will end? The world won't end. Battery? No. Battery
It's actually
won't
an
work.
improvement on a first design. So
let me show you something. Here we go. Because I was thinking about every single fucking thing. Batteries won't be around. Batteries, what do you need for batteries? You know what I'm saying? What's the shit? I thought of this.
This is the version 2 where I think I have most of the bugs worked out. I was thinking that there might be some interest in seeing how I built it and how they work. And if you're not familiar with the gasifier, this is in fact your first time hearing the word, then don't worry, I'll go into that. Gasification is...
This is a gasifier. You know what I'm saying? Lithium? No, lithium. You don't have lithium. Okay, your lithium supplies ends. Bro, you won't have anything. You're not connected to anything. You need to generate solar panels, things like that.
essentially controlled pyrolysis. And what pyrolysis means is the expedited decomposition of a material through heating. So the way that this works in our case is we have a material, for example, wood chips, but you can use any sort of organic, carbonaceous biomass. I'm just using wood pellets because they're convenient. They're already bone dry and I don't have to do any work in preparing them, but you can also use any sort of dry organic material.
So that's how you generate energy. Or you can have like rivers, things like that. Perpetual motion, certain things. But yeah. So, okay. Batteries. A battery needs to be charged. Battery needs energy. So what do you need? You need things like this. Things that are going to generate energy. Lithium, yeah. Lithium, you can have a lithium battery, but it's not going to generate energy. So what generates energy? These types
So
of
wood
things.
is obviously a go-to option because it's readily available and also energy dense, but you can also use paper, you can use coal, you can use dried leaves, you can use dried horse manure. Really, any dry, organic, flammable mass will work just fine for producing our syngas. So what is syngas? Syngas is the product of what's left over after we pyrolyze our medium down here. And on average, it's composed of about 20% hydrogen, 20% carbon monoxide, and between 50 to 60% nitrogen, which is a little bit of methane in there by weight. And of course, all that we're left over with down here is almost pure carbon. When you burn a pile of wood on the ground, for example, you're only using up about 1/3 of the potential energy of that firewood. And the remaining 2/3 goes up in the air in the form of flammable gases that haven't flashed off yet. And so essentially the principle for this is allowing that to happen in an oxygen-deprived environment and then taking those leftover gases.
Okay, you can see that the zombies. We're seeing every single scenario that the possibilities of zombie apocalypse is gonna be happening. What the fuck was I looking at? What they were talking about? The probability of us coming towards a zombie apocalypse is gonna be next. We're manifesting this shit. We're making this shit happen in reality. But yeah, so you would need certain types of things like that. So it's called a gasifier, right? To generate and harness energy, you need solar panels.
Creators,
right?
take these three.
Because this is one of the things that if the grid, because you need to be independent, you will no longer be able to actually get energy from your light poles or yeah, water, cooking, oil. There's be people that have been invented cars that could yeah. Yeah, they can run on water. So Honda, I think it was Honda, they actually tried to create a car that can separate water. So they can separate hydrogen and oxygen. So they would be able to actually use hydrogen to power their cars. So they can use water. So okay. So it's what the fuck is it called? Let's talk about that, right? So it splits the two. It splits hydrogen and oxygen, right? I forgot the term. I love all this shit. So it's called. Hold on. You can still do it. You can still create this shit. You can make this shit fucking happen. Bro, there's videos and videos of this shit. So Honda, I think it was Honda. They were trying to make an engine that was doing that and then run it on hydrogen. So you would basically have a car that would run on hydrogen. That's not far-fetched. That's never been far-fetched. Hold on. Oh, let's try to find it real quick. I don't think that has ever been far-fetched. Let's look at that. I'm telling you, how they did that. They thought they could be able to do that. Yeah, they actually fucking got rid of it. Hydrogen. Wait. Okay. Let's look. Water. Car. Okay. So you're talking about Stanley Meyer, right? Let's look at Stanley Meyer. You want to look at Stanley Meyer? Oh, that's true. So yeah, Stanley Meyer did that. That science is not wrong. They got rid of these motherfuckers. They didn't.
Meijer, nu buiten zijn garage. En we hebben net zijn water-powered auto naar buiten gereden. Waar er nu wat over gediscussieerd wordt.
I was saying Stanley Meyer. But the science behind it is so you need to be able to separate the two, right? Hydrogen and oxygen, right? So you separate hydrogen and oxygen. So the process is you need to have a system that separates the two, and then you use hydrogen to fuel your car. Is that the answer? Right? Ja, dus,
er zijn dingen aan gewijzigd en zo, dus hij kan op het moment niet lopen, maar we mogen hem dus wel helemaal bekijken.
Yeah, we're gonna skip past this.
Retrofitting the water fuel cell technology to an developed.
That sounds Australian. You did? Oh, Tiff.
Just explaining how this thing.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, can you zoom in back in here? Are we on? Okay. Yeah. Okay, now this is the...
Why the fuck you need all that shit? I don't believe all that shit. You see all these little nubs and fucking things like that. How do you need all that shit? Bro, it's not that it's not that complicated. Honestly, it's not.
Hydrogen computer system, which was designed in order to be able to process the fuel, to produce the hydrogen gas from water and do it economically and be able to control it.
You don't need none of that shit. You don't need none of this shit. Like what they have at the top with all these knobs, they made it extra difficult.
Firing, going in the engine to allow the Volkswagen engine to run off of hydrogen. There's a lot engineering design that went into this, even though that this is our systems engineering approach. The hydrogen computer system you see here will be miniaturized down to several IC chips, which will allow us to give the economics to apply to a...
Yeah, that's him. That's him. You see him? Stan Meyer, that's him. See the guy with the glasses? That's him. That's who made this. Who made this?
Conventional car. Over here, there's very unique design features that had to be developed in order to develop the water fuel cell as a retrofit energy systems to conventional cars.
So you use hydrogen in order to be a combustible gas, right? And then you need the engine and process and things like that, right? So the hydrogens, I think it's called a hydrogen cell, right? Like you convert or you take water to separate the two. I think it's a long process, right? Here we go.
We had to go ahead and develop the laser, what we call the laser distributor as you see right here, which is put between the conventional rotor cap and that of the rotor assembly. And primarily what this does, this sets up the electronic signals that goes back and triggers the computer system in order to allow...
No. You don't need none of that shit. See, okay. See, okay. Look, I don't think it was that complicated. So if you look, hold on. I'm not even that smart. Trust me. Look, let me tell you like this, okay? So how do you convert? That's my boy, my son. How do you convert? So you can actually have the same thing that you have gasifier. It's just all you're doing is pumping whatever you need, whether it is hydrogen into the engine. That's it. It's just you're eliminating the gas fuel. That's it. So how do you separate hydrogen and oxygen, which is water? So you need something. That's what you need. You don't need anything else. He oversimplified this shit. Hydrogen splitter, right? Okay, watch this shit. Wait. You did this shit. They've done this. They've been doing this shit for a long ass fucking time. So here, I didn't want to do it like this, but like, look. This is how you do it. This is a hydrogen. This is water. They're doing is they're just separating them. Yes, exactly. I think that is it. But yes, it's not that complicated to separate these things, right? You can do it at home. This is what they're doing. Preliminary demonstration of a 100-centimeter hydrogen modulator splitting water in natural sunlight. Look. They were doing this shit. They were doing this shit for a long ass time. Separating the two. So now they did this shit for engines. But yes, do I believe that people got involved because it would be too it would cause a big shift in the oil company? Yes. Do I think that people want you to be buying oil? Yes. Can you see? I'm telling you, I don't know if it was a Honda. Okay, Honda water car. Look it up, Honda, because I know I ain't fucking. I think it was a Honda. They were trying to make a car. Honda water car. Oh shit. Hello. Hey, how fun. Hello.
Yeah, so it's Toyota.
Toyota, yeah, right. It was Toyota. I know it was some Japanese. Honda did it.
Yeah, I
too.
literally just had one of their cars. It was called it was a Toyota Mirai, and they're ass.
You like them? Hello?
I don't know. I can't hear. No,
Okay.
because
Oh, okay.
so
Okay. You can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you on one of
Okay,
so the
yeah.
Toyota, the hydrogen cells are
You good. Hello? You can hear me somehow.
it's way more expensive to buy than gas. It cost me No, I can't hear you.
You don't want to hear me. That's all. It's all good. Wait. Hold on.
I do want to hear you. I can't hear you. I can only hear you on.
I got you. I got it. I had too many mics. I had like 5 mics right now. Oh, no. There you go. Hello. You really hear me now? No? Hello?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so my when I rented the Toyota Mirai, I was so pissed off because it cost me about almost $150 to fill up the tank with the hydrogen cells,
Mm-hmm.
and I only got like 200 miles off of it. Plus, you can't go to a regular gas station. The gas stations are like spread out everywhere. It's just it was a nightmare trying to find one.
Wow. So
But
it did exist at one point, right?
yeah, I just had one. I had one just not last week. Yeah, last week, the week before last week. I was driving one.
Damn. That's crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
so this is the thing. So when it comes to alternative energy, it seems to be just go back to the basics. Just use combustible, you know what I'm saying, gasoline, things like that, right? No?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is to refuel or to recharge or whatever the hell you're doing with them is way more dangerous. Like it's literally like this hose that like has to connect a certain way because the hydrogen cells could come out. I mean, even jump starting the battery from the Toyota Mirai, like we can't jump start the battery a certain way because it could release hydrogen cells from the gas tank,
Damn.
which is a lot more dangerous than just a regular gas fueled car.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So shout out to my boy Maton. He was trying to say that, yeah, even okay. So like, are you a doomsday prepper? You see the doomsday preppers?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You're not. Well, you're not. But you've seen the doomsday
Oh
preppers,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Think about it. If the energy grid gets shut down, right? God forbid, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a car, it can run on. So it's what is it? It's not digital. It's not analog. So you want to resort to analog. You want to resort to a car that actually can run on oil and gasoline instead of
Right.
fucking running
On
on.
all the shit that they run on today.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Right.
Because you would be dependent on the electric grid, right? The electric
Yeah.
grid, you would need energy, no?
Definitely. Like, and I mean, you're kind of screwed if you have any of those cars today. I mean, if you run out of any of it, like say you have a CNG car, compressed natural gas, you have a hydrogen car, you have a Tesla, any of
Yeah.
those cars, like if you are stuck on the side of the road because something happens, like you're stuck on the side of the road, they can't come refuel you. They got to tow you to wherever,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
You
it's
will be.
ridiculous.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I like this thought because like shout out to my bro. He was saying something about what's the alternative? I don't think that
Oh,
there's.
just water.
Well, the well, you just said that water wouldn't be. It kind of is dangerous too. So I think if you hit the hydrogen cell, like if you hit you're in a car accident, you hit that shit
Oh,
exploding,
you're gonna,
no?
yeah,
You're
for
gonna
sure you
blow
are. I mean,
up.
you can't even jumpstart a battery with the jumper cables connected to a regular car connected to your hydrogen powered car without like doing it a certain way. Like they put the battery in the back of these cars for some reason because I don't something in the engine where so it runs off the hydrogen is a little more complicated or something, but they literally put the batteries in the back, which is kind of right next to the hydrogen tank where you have to refuel.
Yeah.
Like you're a goner if something happens.
Yeah.
Like
You gonna get taken away. So sounds like my boy Tycho. Tycho, he says, Kozzie, there's a video, man. I've known this shit. It's been going around for a long time. It's the water aspect of it. You can't simply just run water straight into your whatever.
Oh no.
I know no. So what it does, and I'm just been explaining to you guys is that what you need to do is you need to okay, we're gonna play it. Shout out to my bro. But look. What it does, it separates. So okay, if you think that it just runs on water, it doesn't run on water. What it does, it separates the two, hydrogen and oxygen, right? Then one of them is combustible, right? This is what we're talking about. Broski. We're talking about how it will eventually. It's not feasible. It's like, oh yeah, you want to be able to do that. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Find your comment real quick. Right?
Like, I just don't understand why it's supposed to be like better for the environment.
Hold on.
Some guy invented a water-powered car a long time ago, and he was murdered.
Yes, I know this. I know of him. I just showed you. It's him. This is his name is. Hold on, bro. His name is Stan Meyer. Yeah, that's him. That's like it's look.
Allow the car to run successfully on hydrogen.
Yes, we know his name. I know him. Look. We showed the video.
In order to run this engine,
that's him right there. This is what I'm telling you. The system that you need to have.
How long ago was that video?
It was from the 90s. Yes.
So they already had a hydrogen car in mind, or it just had all these like weird spaceship looking things? I mean, like control panels?
I do not know. I just think that it was.
Is that what he's standing next to it though, right there?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, no.
I don't know. I just think if something's not broke, don't fix it. Our cars run perfectly fine the way they are today.
Yes, but at the same time, okay. This. So what did we just say? So how do you
water?
You need to have. You see how big this system is. You are what you're doing is you're doing a whole bunch of different things. You're waiting for your car to fucking take water in, separate the two. Then you have one big dangerous experiment inside of your car.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, right? Honda did that. It's not the first one. No. Yeah, there's many. Okay. Do I believe that the oil companies run this shit and control this shit? Or like the simplest explanation would be the most efficient explanation, right? Just run it on gas, right? Because you know that there was electric cars back in the 1900s. There was steam cars back in the 1900s too. It's crazy. Here we go.
We've also had to learn the ability to adjust the burn rate of hydrogen to co-equal the fossil fuels. We did this by simply now pulling off a portion of the exhaust gas that's coming from the engine, as you see through this tube here, that's going through this electronic regulator that's hooked up to the hydrogen computer. And basically what's happening is that as the ambient air is going into the engine and going through the burning process, it produces the non-combustible gases that retards the speed by which the oxygen atom unites to hydrogen and bring on gas ignition. So by simply using the non-combustible gases coming from the exhaust of the engine, we now modulate and control the speed by which that oxygen unites with the hydrogen, and therefore we are adjusting the burn rate of hydrogen to co-equal that of gasoline or fossil fuels or even diesel fuel. And that gave us the #1 retrofit capabilities of retrofitting the water fuel cell technology to an existing engine. And we do this electronically. The unit that you see right here, we call this a gas processor. And basically what we're doing is we're ionizing the ambient air gases that is now going into the process, and this allows us.
Okay. Think about this though.
These have to be complicated as hell to even work on as a mechanic.
Exactly. Oh, you just. That's what I'm saying. How you fix that? How are you gonna fix it?
Right.
It's super high tech. This is crazy, right? Cause like, yeah, you can do it. Okay, you could probably sell this car to 100 people, but not thousands of people. So
Right.
why would like Ford, Chevy, GMC, Toyota, whatever, sell this type of shit? But which is insane. You just don't understand this fucking type of shit. This is futuristic type of shit, bro. You see this shit? Okay, so then you have a combustible engine, simplified. You just the engine works the way that it is, bro. You see how he explains this shit? It is rocket science. That's basically what you're doing.
To trigger and use the hydrogen fracturing technology and tapping into a higher energy yield coming from the hydrogen. The unit you see right here, this is referred to as a resonant cavity. Water is now fed into the resonant cavity through this.
What the fuck is a resonant cavity? I gotta pay for gas. I can fill up. Think I'm buying that shit.
Nice.
Okay. Right. So okay. For individual people, I think you could probably create this if you are capable of understanding this shit and you can maintain this shit. Yes, that would make sense for you, but not commercially. Nobody's
Right.
buying this shit. Bro, there's people that fucking don't even understand how to change their fucking oil. Whatever.
You know, the way they measured when I rented the Toyota, they don't measure it like per gallon or this and that. They measure it in kilometers or something weird. Like it's not, oh, my tank holds so many gallons of gas. Mine holds so many kilo something of hydrogen, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know, it's $39.99 for just one of whatever those things are. I don't know. I don't remember what they were called, but $39.99. That's $40 for that's like 1 gallon of gas kind of. Because I think the car only had like two. It only held like 2 or 3 of whatever measurements it was for the car. I really can't remember what it was.
Okay, and Taco, I don't think that you're wrong in this, but I think that they just eventually just said like it's once
They've been producing these Mirais though for the past 2-3 years. They've had them, and people are just not.
Okay, how do you spell that? I want to look it up.
What?
Like Mariah Carey? You like
No,
Mariah
Mirai.
Carey?
It's I think it's MARI. I don't know.
Are you on your PC? What's your avatar?
I don't have. I'm on my Quest.
You on your Quest? Oh shit, you be playing on your Quest? You be on here on your Quest? Okay. Let's Mariah. What is it called? Mariah.
It's a Mirai. I think it's MIRAI.
Car. Okay. Oh wow, fuel cell, Mariah. Fuel cell. Okay. I thought you were lying. I thought you were just making this shit up.
Oh no, you did. That's fucked up.
I thought you were just doing that just
Oh
to hang out with
man.
me. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Jeez.
I thought you were just trying to be cool. It's okay. Here you go. Let me show this. Hold on. Here you go. Let's go. Oh shit, it's nice. This is nice.
It's not that nice. It looks nice aesthetically, but it's not.
Here you go.
No,
No,
and
it
they
looks
sound like
nice.
that too. They sound like that noise right there.
It looks nice. That's how it
It's
looks.
all right. It's not. It looks nice until you get in it, and then you're like, "What the hell is this?" They're uncomfortable, first of all, and I mean, it's all inside is just all electric, everything.
Yeah, like the panels, it looks like a Tesla, no?
Kind of, yeah.
It looks nice. I like it.
See, this is the second generation. That's a lie right there. Extended, you know, it's not extended.
Wow. Yeah, so
Oh, so that's okay. So I didn't know what the breakdown was of like how it even went. So it all runs underneath you. That's crazy if something happens underneath you.
Yeah, exactly.
You about to get the eject button real quick.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get blown up from the
Yeah,
bottom
for
up.
sure. See batteries in the trunk.
Yeah, so there you go. If you want, so this is water.
No, it's hydrogen fuel cells.
Okay. So exactly. Okay, so how do you refuel it? You have to go.
So to refuel it, you have to go like they have so they have stations, but they're certain places. Like I literally had to go on to this app. I had to call this number, and he sent me this website after I called it, asking him like where like a refueling station is at. Like so, for me to refuel it from the city I live in, it takes probably about 20. Like it was like 15 to 20 miles that I had to go to get to just like the fueling station, and it was at a regular Chevron gas station, but there's these little standalone units, right? And you have to put your credit card in. You can't go inside and pay for it. You have to because it's third party, and the people inside know nothing about these little hydrogen
Yeah.
fueling stations. So you have to do everything outside, and some of the terminals or whatever can be offline. But it's literally like you take this little tiny cap off of the like the nozzle, like the to put the hose on. You take a hose, it's like a fire hydrant hose,
Oh
and you have to make
shit.
sure it locks. It has to lock on your car. If it does not lock, you can blow up.
Oh
And then,
shit.
yeah, it's crazy. You have to make sure it locks, and it's tricky. It took me about 15 minutes to figure out how to just put the hose onto the car.
Yeah, I don't like to put anything on hose.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a nozzle. It's like a
Sorry. Go
it's
ahead.
it's weird. It's a little intimidating if you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, no, it sounds crazy, but that's what I'm saying. Like we saw how Stanmeyer, well, how complicated it would be to have an uh system inside of a car that would produce separate the two and create hydrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen for your car. Then so it just doesn't seem feasible that you would have a car like this. So even when you do have a car that runs on hydrogen, it seems crazy, no?
Yeah. I don't know what the point of it running on hydrogen is, because it's like, is it supposed to be get better for like the earth? Because it's definitely not better for your finances, it's way more expensive, and it's takes longer to fill up your whatever, your tank or whatever for hydrogen than it
Mm-hmm.
does regular gas.
Right. And same thing with electricity, no? So you still have to
Yeah.
sit, you still have to sit there, right?
Oh, and you cannot let your car. So you know how some people will just sit there with their car on, like it's on, but they're moving. It's just idling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can't sit there with your car idling for too long, because you also have like the battery level goes down,
Damn.
which is weird. So I ended up the car went completely dead on me, and I didn't know what the hell to do. You can't do anything. Like you can't even open, like just like if your battery dies, but this was more complicated because when they came to give me a jump start, like uh, we had to ground it to something. It was just way more complicated. Instead of just regularly jump starting it, we had to make sure it was like connected to these like safety things in the back of the car by the battery. We couldn't jump start it straight from the battery. It had to be connected to something that was on the opposite side of it, and we had to be careful. We had to make sure the car was off, like completely, because when you turn the car off, like when it just dies out, you don't know if it's off or not, because it could just be in standby mode. And if it's in standby mode, you risk like messing up your whole system.
What are you saying? Sounds like you're using a machine.
It's
You're doing.
exactly what it was. I didn't. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
and
don't understand this shit.
the people I rented it from literally had to put like a handbook in there for me to use it.
Well, this is also the thing is you also don't have other people that understand this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like if you ask somebody for help, how do you do this? I never seen nothing like this.
Right. So even the people at the fueling stations, at the gas stations, they were like, "Well, we know nothing about that." I was like, well, I don't even know how I'm supposed to connect this or what I'm supposed to do." And so their suggestion is, so check look it up on YouTube. And these are the
Yeah.
people at the gas station that should know how to work any type of pumps that they have there, right?
Well, people at the gasoline stations, they know how to use gas. That's the only
Right.
thing. So, but
So
yeah, yes, if they do have a system, if they are providing a service for these type of things, I would think that they would try to understand it, right?
Right, so they just give you a number. There's literally, like, a number written on both of the, they only have 2 per gas station. For some reason, they can only a gas station can only hold 2 fueling stations or, charging stations, whatever the hell they're called, for the hydrogen-powered cars.
That's
That's all
crazy.
that's the only capacity that it could take, you know?
Yeah, so you would want to be as fueled as possible, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it was scary. I thought I was not gonna make it to the next station to be able to, fill it up. Like, I literally had to I mean, it does get good gas mileage, I guess. I mean, good hydrogen mileage, I guess, but it's, like, exactly mile for mile. Exactly mile for mile. And it doesn't waste any of the the hydrogen cells if your car is idling. Like, sometimes if you just idle with gas, your gas will go down. It doesn't do that, but it will die on you, and then you have to, like, jumpstart it and risk blowing up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right. This is the thing, and I think that's why it's easier just to stick to what works, right? For now, it's feasible,
Right.
and a lot of people use it. Even electric cars, it's still, like I said, if something were to go to happen, your car can just it's not working.
Not only that, but you have to take the risk of, like, any people out there who are, like, hackers. They can hack into these cars. The guy who, I rented it from, the key fob, it had to be inside of this pocket that was connected to a keychain, which was an RFID blocker, and he had told me that if I'm only supposed to take the key fob out when I run the car. Other than that, I'm supposed to keep it inside this little pouch so nobody can get the signal and take the signal because they would be able to just take off with the car.
That's crazy.
Right.
What the
I'm like,
fuck?
"That's mad crazy." Like, it's super crazy because it was a bulky ass little, pouch I was supposed to keep it in, but then I had to remember to take it out every single time and then put it back in every time I got out of the car. Otherwise, my car could be gone, like, if someone came by and you know, got a hold of the computer, whether or not the car was on or I was even close to the car with the key fob. It had nothing to do with the key fob. Like normal cars, you know how they connect kind of like they have a chip in the steering wheel somewhere where it tells you that the key's with the actual car?
Yeah.
Yeah, this car is different.
That's what I'm saying. Low tech. Don't do
Yeah,
nothing
it's
crazy. It's
right.
too much technology. Yeah, exactly. Tesla cars can be hacked too, right? They can fucking hack them. They can
Yeah.
remote control them. What did we just see not so long ago? A few days ago, there was a kid inside of one of these automated cars.
Mhm.
See that? Did you see that? He was like
Mm-mm.
hiding inside of the back seat of it. Yeah, they're wild. It's wild. It's wild. My bad.
I don't know. It was very complicated. I couldn't wait to give it back to the people.
They basically traumatized you,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I can see why you. So you're on your quest. That's how you do it. Which quest do you
Yeah.
have? You have your quest.
I have the 3.
Yeah, the 3 or 3S.
3S.
Oh no, no. Man, I got the 3. Also,
What's the difference?
a difference is a big difference. We have pancake lenses, wider field of view.
Ooh,
Yeah.
pancakes sound good. I want some pancakes.
Not the 3S, not the 3S. Okay. Are you running on PC or are you running on just like standalone?
Mm-mm. I'm
PC?
just
On
I'm just
standalone?
on the quest.
Wow, that's crazy. I tell my boy, I was like, bro, buy it. Buy the Quest 3. It's worth it. It's worth
They
it.
literally have them on sale at Walmart for like $250 right now.
Yeah, no. I tell people all the time. I tell people all the time. It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah.
So that's it's crazy. Okay. So now, you do VR chat? Okay, you were telling me.
So that's crazy. That's so crazy that you would say that because literally I'm looking at the browser window on my Quest and the window that's right next to me is VR chat. It asked me if I want to resume or quit because I'm like in my VR chat apartment right now, but I'm
Oh,
on my
snap.
browser.
Okay. So do you do the VR chat animations, things like that? Like
What do you mean?
the avatars, right? Avatars.
What do you mean? Do I make them?
Yeah, you make them. Do you
No,
make
I
them?
wish
You
I
don't
could.
make 'em?
I'm trying to learn, but that shit's complicated. There's so much that has to go into one of them, and just to upload it to the Quest is it's frustrating.
So what you were telling me about Horizon? No, you do that, right?
Yeah, I play on Horizon too.
Horizon and the clothes and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can make like clothes, right, or avatars? No.
I can make clothes for the avatars
Oh wow. Okay.
in Horizon.
Okay. Okay. I want to learn all that shit because, like, I dip in that pool. I like, I don't know if you see my designs. I like to do my. You never seen my designs?
Mm-mm.
What the fuck? So, okay, I gotta be on my Quest 3 action shit. I'm saying I gotta be on that shit. But yeah. I be doing my, graphic designs and shit. I love it. I love it. It's my hobby. It's my biggest hobby.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Extra.
Oh, do you know about Three Eye Atlas? You know about that?
No, what is that?
It's about the world coming to an end. It's gonna be happening tomorrow. It
The
is
world's gonna
happening.
come to an end tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. I'm just.
Well, damn, I'm not even prepared. I just woke up.
Hold on. Okay, you in Cali? What part of Cali are you from?
I'm in Southern California.
Okay, I don't know the difference. I'm in Chicago. That's all I know. I know you motherfuckers be gangbanging out there and shit. You a gangbanger? You like
No, hell no.
Soreño? You?
No.
You're not Sureño, right? Okay,
Not at
okay.
all.
Okay. So this is gonna be 3 hours.
All right.
Hold on. That's crazy. Cause I tell people all the time that Quest is fucking amazing. VR is amazing. I love it. I'm saying some of the best times when I watch porn is amazing. It's crazy. You watch porn
On your Quest?
On my Quest, yes.
You put like the
So
360
NASA
view
just
so
saw-
you could turn all the way around?
Huh? Yeah, I
You
can
put on,
see
like,
them.
360 view so you could turn all the way
Yeah.
around?
No, they it looks like they're coming close to me, and I'm just like, oh shit.
That's crazy.
You get some good Molly. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Okay. Look, this.
Something in the latest data from this interstellar visitor, 3i Atlas. And honestly, it's making it really clear that this object is nowhere near done with whatever it's going through right now. I know a lot of people were kind of hoping that by this point in the story, things would be straightforward, you know? Like, okay, it flared up, it survived its close pass by the sun, and now it's just quietly fading away into the distance. That would be nice and simple. But the update that came through today, yeah, it's telling us that's absolutely not what's happening here. 3i Atlas is still changing. It's still evolving. And if you've been following along with me on this journey, watching this thing from another star system pass through our little corner of the universe, you really don't want to miss what happens next. Because what NASA picked up...
Yeah, it comes from... So it's called the girth of our universe? I forget what the fuck it comes from. So it comes from billions of light years away. That little thing, so it's the size of Manhattan, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming.
It's going to take us all out.
I don't know. So this way, scientists believe that it's alien in nature because it's capable. So it doesn't move like a comet. It moves like something that somebody's driving it. It slows down.
Oh,
It
that's
speeds up.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Mm-mm.
He's a freak. Okay, it's all good. We're adults over here. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I mean, but look. So it's coming from a place that we've billions of years ago. So it came from like the beginning of of space, if I'm not mistaken. There's so many explanations, but we cannot understand this, and it's getting close to our universe, right? I don't
Okay.
know. Do you know about galaxies, universes,
No.
and no? I know. I don't
I
understand this
that
shit.
shit so that confuses me so
Yeah,
much.
it's crazy. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
All
barely
I
know
know
my
is
ABCs.
that Pluto's not a planet no more.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Why?
huh?
Why is Pluto not a planet anymore?
Because it's too small. It's like
What the fuck?
yeah.
And
It's too
today's
small.
observations might actually be the strongest sign yet that this comet isn't at the end of its transformation. It's
You see
right.
that? So it's coming. It's coming. You see 3 Atlas. It just went past
So
Jupiter. Yeah, go ahead.
you see that half circle that's right there, like not the line, but the half circle. What is beyond that half circle? I wonder.
Other planets. So I don't think
What?
Jupiter is our last planet, is it? I don't know.
I don't
I don't know
know.
my planets. You think I'm a scientist? I'm fucking.
No,
I
but
know this. Who knows this shit? Probably Tycho. So we can look it up. Okay. Now you intrigued me. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look at all of the rest of these planets.
they have this really cool experience in VR chat that talks about the planets and the constellations. Like you actually go, like you travel to them and you can hear what it sounds like on their surface.
What?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay. So hold on. Let's look at our planets.
You should put your Quest on and come check it out with me.
Now, right now, I gotta go to sleep.
Uh,
You know what time is it? You're 2 hours away from me.
it's almost 2 o'clock for me. I gotta go to work.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4. It's gonna be 4 for me.
Mm,
So you gotta go to work. What do you do?
I'm a security guard.
Oh shit! Damn, that's why you're trying to secure me.
Mhm.
Hold on. Okay. These are the planets. 1 second. Okay, so these are the planets. Boom. Can I zoom in? Yeah, give me a second. Ooh. What the fuck? How the fuck I do this again? Okay, I got you. There you go. So if you didn't know, I'm saying these are the planets. Right? Can you see them? Not that everybody knew. Okay, so we have Mercury is in front of us. Venus, Earth. We're the third planet from the sun. Look at how tiny they are, right?
But where's Mars?
Mars is right behind us.
Duh.
Yeah. Then we have Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, not mine.
No, yours.
And Neptune. That's it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We lost one. See?
Poor guy.
Fucking guy. Fucking fuck.
But look at how small Mercury is. So they're saying that that Pluto was smaller than Mercury.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he just fell out. I don't know where Pluto was, but yeah, they did. This is the lineup.
Pluto was after Neptune.
Yes, exactly. Pluto's after Neptune, right here. Boom. You see him?
Oh, maybe he just fell off the grid. Maybe Neptune's next.
So this is what my theory is. So Mars used to be closer to this. So you know the logic. It's called the what the fuck is it called? The what the fuck is it called? There's a story behind it. So it's like it's not too cold, not too hot. Goldilocks. You know the Goldilocks story?
Mm-hmm.
You know what Goldilocks is?
Mm-hmm.
That's my ex. Yeah. So the Goldilocks is where Earth is at right now, but Mars used to be right where Earth is at now. So it
So it
used
was
to
just switch.
yes. So Mars kept on pushing because the whole entire what is this? The universe? What is it called? Right?
No, I
It just
don't know what it's called.
kept on pushing away. So then Mars pushed away, and it just became cold. It's not where the Earth is at.
Well, it's because it's farther from the sun now, no?
Yes, it pushed away from the sun. So it keeps on spreading. You see how all the planets are moving? They're moving away,
I
right?
mean, I would push away from the
Eventually,
sun too.
yeah. Eventually, we're going to be in the same kind of
Right next
thing.
to the sun.
Yeah, no, away from the
Yes.
sun. Away. We're
Away
pushing
from the
away.
sun?
Yes. We will push away. So Mars was at one point habitable. It was just like Earth. You know what I'm saying? It pushed away.
Right.
It just kept on going away. That's what they called it. Why they call them Martians? Because they
I
used to
don't know.
be.
Looks like the planets are playing leapfrog with each other.
They were here. They used to have life. They used to have a civilization. You know what I'm saying?
And how do we know that? Because someone said so?
Well, yeah, it's a conspiracy. Yeah. Basically, yeah. That's what
I
what
mean,
happened.
because for it to have life, like nothing is left behind on it, because they go to the surface and shows the surface all the time. There's no houses, there's no nothing. Like,
Well,
how do we, you know?
mm, well, all of that shit would disintegrate. It
What?
would,
What do you
yeah.
mean? Disintegrate just into thin
Age,
air?
yeah, age. Everything
So,
disintegrates. Every single thing disintegrates. It
what do you mean?
decomposes.
Like, so structures, like buildings, like, so if
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
so like thousands of years from now,
yes.
there's going to be no such thing as like any of the
No
buildings that we've
buildings. Yep,
built on Earth.
yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Everything. A million years from now, nothing. You won't see anything. It would decompose. It would just come back to its regular thing. There's
So it's
nothing
just going
that.
to turn back. It's just going to turn back to the resources that it was before we built with
Yes,
it.
yes. It would decompose.
That's crazy. It's like just going to reset itself.
Yes. Yeah. Eventually. Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's I mean, I think that it's science. I don't know if it's an actual fucking fact, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It decomposes. Decomposure. It happens. That's what happens. So
So it just goes back into the Earth. So you're
yes, yeah, it would be turned into dust, into elements, into things like that. Yes, yes. I think
oh,
that's what it would happen.
hold on, real quick. Hold on.
Okay. But yeah, this is what it is, right? It is wild. So now I know what planets. Mercury is right in front of Venus, Earth, third rock from the sun. You see the show Third Rock from the Sun? Shout out to you know what I'm saying? Third Rock from the Sun. Mars. I thought Mars was bigger than fucking Earth. Jupiter's a big bitch. Goddamn. Saturn. Wow. Lego. Yeah, but all this shit's interesting, intriguing. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's gonna be happening. So somehow this motherfucker. Okay. So now we can see it. So we saw how. So Jupiter. It went past Jupiter. Okay. Let me show this one. Show. Right. So you see how Jupiter. So AI Atlas got close to Jupiter. Jupiter is over Mars. So the alignment, when all these planets are rotating, is crazy. Right? Wait, we should have 4,000 likes. I get no likes. Okay, we got a few likes. Okay. So watch that shit. Keep it going. Look at this.
In the middle of it. And we have no idea.
Came from where Jupiter at. So share Jupiter, boom, right there. Now let's share this one. See that? Came from there.
This comet isn't at the end of its transformation.
Going by. There is a certain part. I don't know if it's the equinox. It's when all of these planets align or they get close to aligning themselves, right?
It's right in the middle of it. And we have no idea.
Okay. You see Earth. You see this?
Sorry, I'm back.
You see this? Watch this shit. Okay,
Thing from another star system passed through.
Okay, so now we saw our planets, right? So we see, see this? Okay? See that, right?
Through our little corner of the universe. You really don't want to miss.
Now we're going to see this. Okay? So this thing came from Jupiter. So let's look at Jupiter, where they're at. Right? That's where Jupiter's at. You see? It's over here. You want to watch this motherfucker. He's going to get closer to us. Here we go.
What happens next? Because what NASA picked up in today's observations might actually be the strongest sign yet.
Okay, see how Jupiter is all the way in the back. Then remember when we saw it? All the way in the back. And now it's getting closer. It's going to be getting closer to Mars.
That this comet isn't.
So look at the bottom. Okay. They have their own captions. But if you look at the bottom, right over here.
Earth.
The Earth is right there.
Right, but it's going to miss us because it's going on that path, right?
Almost, but it's going to look.
At the end of its transformation. It's right in the middle of it. And we have no idea which way it's going to go from here. So let me walk you through what they just saw. Because it's honestly pretty wild. Before we continue, if this has your attention, you can subscribe.
Subscribe to that dude. I don't know his name.
Oh, that's what those circles
Turn on
are.
notifications.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Okay, you see that?
Yeah.
So it's moving like this. So it's going into that trajectory.
Now, where's the us? So the red one is us?
Earth is we're all the way on the right hand side, yeah. No, we're like the teal.
What's the red one? The red one's Mars?
Mars, yes. Yeah.
Oh, they're become friends right now. They're gonna hit each other.
No. So okay. You know, my theory is that I think that thing was trying to. It thought that Mars used to be the civilization that had life, and
So trying to take it out.
No, or visit. It's so. I think that this.
Oh, okay, I get it.
This thing is just. It's a probe. They're not
Right.
sending. They're not sending. Okay, we send satellites and things like that to other planets, right? We send it to the deepest part of the world, right?
As far as we know, yeah.
Oh, no, well, not even the world, the universe, whatever. I don't even know.
The great beyond.
Right. So you don't calculate the shift and everything that happens. So now you have this thing. It's been programmed to go this far. It's not changing. It's just going, right. So it
It's
thought
kind
that.
of crazy how it does take a little bit of a curve though. Like see how it's going like completely straight and then it gets into that little red area and then right when it exits the red area, it kind of like looks like it's about to flip a bitch like farther down, like turn around and come back up.
Well, it's going to be changing. That's what it is. That's why it's an anomaly. It's not a comet. That's why they predict that it's something that has some type of intelligence, something that is actually.
Maybe they're long lost relatives of people that used to live on Mars and they're just coming to visit. That's that comet thing is their
No,
big
I
old
don't think.
RV.
I don't think that it's. They are the two different things, two different beings. I don't know. Well, what the fuck? We don't know. We think that we're gonna be seeing humans. We're not gonna be seeing humans.
Hold on, again, hold on.
It will be something crazy. It will be crazy. okay, I don't think that this is gonna be anything that we know of. I think it will be something we not want to see. Hopefully, they're good.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so okay, if they came, this is a big explanation of where this 3i Atlas came from. But yeah, it's not. They're not from our neighborhood. It's not.
And hit like anytime. And for the best viewing, switch to full screen and enjoy what's coming next. Today's observations, they weren't really supposed to be dramatic. It was just another routine coordinated run. You've got ground-based telescopes, a couple of deep space cameras, all pointed at this thing at roughly the same time. They're just building another slice of data for the timeline, right? Standard procedure. You take the images, you stack them, you compare them to what you saw yesterday and the day before. Pretty normal stuff at this point in the mission. But when the teams actually lined up yesterday's stack against today's stack, when they really looked at what was happening in that inner coma, the glowing cloud of gas and dust right around the nucleus, they saw some...
That's what they see. They see this fucking thing is crazy. So, yeah. So
it's just a ball, right?
Tomorrow we're gonna be seeing it. So tomorrow I think is the day that it's close to the Earth.
Oh, so it's like a thing, like we're gonna be able to see it past us or something?
I do not know. It would be the closest that we can see. Yes, unless you have like a telescope or things like that. Yeah, it would. So it wouldn't be too far away from us. So we think that it's like a few feet away from us. They're light years away from us, right? I think that's how you measure it. So it's like it's not close enough to the moon, but it's close enough so we can be able to see it.
Something very different from what they expected. In yesterday's images, the glow around the nucleus looked relatively familiar for this comet. It was elongated, a little bit twisted, sure, but it was still dominated by one main axis of brightness. Basically, one big bar of light feeding into the tail. You could look at it and go, okay, that makes sense. That's how this thing has been looking for a while now. But in today's stacked frame, that bar is just gone. Completely gone. What? Instead, what they're seeing now is that the inner...
Yeah. That's why...
Wait a minute, so this thing has been going past us for a while now?
We've been seeing it for a long time.
So it's like familiar, it's just like circling us somehow. It's like...
So we've been tracking how it's getting closer to us.
Okay.
At a certain point, and it's how it is different from other comets. So, so this is one of three. So there's been a few. So this is why it's an anomaly, because it doesn't behave just like regular comets. So
So it's a rebel.
Yeah, it's not even a rebel. So they're saying that this could be an alien spaceship. That's what they're saying. They've been saying that. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of things. I don't know.
Yeah, so we're hoping it's not coming because they're going to be like, we want our planet back.
Well, so they say that the UFOs that we have, UAPs, UFOs, things like that, they've been here for thousands of years or whatever.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of fucking crazy shit. This is just one of them. But this is what's happening right now. It's we're seeing how this shit is moving.
Coma has developed this layered, almost shell-like structure. And I need to emphasize, this isn't like those clean, neat donut shapes we saw earlier in the encounter when it was closer to the sun. This is different. This time it looks like a series of overlapping arcs, like someone took a pencil and drew these faint, curved ribs right through the inner glow around the nucleus. One arc is tight and bright, sitting really close to the core. Another one is fainter and sits a little bit farther out. And then there's a third one, barely visible, stretching even farther out into the coma, and it's tilted at a slightly different angle from the other two. And that right there, that's your first big clue that 3i Atlas is still actively evolving. Those arcs aren't random. They're not just some quirk of...
Yeah, because we are capable of tracking certain comments, but not this one. This one's just different. It's special, so it has different things. So if and think about it, this motherfucker is passing by, and then it's dropping. It can be dropping a whole bunch of little different things. You know what I'm saying? This is just the mothership, but it's dropping other things. It's just getting close to our Earth. So that's what the theory would be if you wanted to like surf on a comet, right? So you would because this is naturally moving, you don't have to use rockets, jets, or whatever you need to do. All you need to do is just get on top of it and just ride that motherfucker, right? So if it was aliens, they knew and anticipated this would be getting close to our solar system. Then you would just put something on it and then just maneuver it. You know what I'm saying? So the theory used to be that they would be able to send rockets into space, and if like a comet or something were getting close to hitting us, they can use rockets to maneuver it out of the way slightly, just so they avoids us. But you could use the same logic to get on top of this comet and then ride that comet throughout space, and then release your shit, right? Does that make sense? Call it comet surfing. That's don't take my snacks away. But yeah, that's it. Okay, here we go.
How we're looking at it, or some artifact in the image processing. They're actually snapshots of past activity. They're waves of material that got thrown out from the nucleus in separate bursts at different times, and now they're frozen in place as these expanding shells moving outward through space. The fact that a new inner arc has appeared since the last observation, since literally yesterday, means that something inside this comet has changed again, and it changed recently enough that we can still see the footprint of that change happening in real time. Think about that for a second. This isn't ancient history. This is happening now. Something shifted inside this nucleus within the last day or so, and it threw out a fresh wave of material that we can now see as this new, bright arc. Then there's the light curve, and this is where things get...
See that? How that works? How we see our universe, right? How we see our planets, our sun, and things like that. How we see it, it's just like on an angle. And if you rotate that bitch, you see that this thing.
Even more interesting.
How it loops. It's gonna loop. It's gonna
The
come
light
in.
curve is basically just tracking how bright the comet is over time as it rotates. And yesterday's brightness pattern, when they measured it over one full rotation, it already looked complicated. It wasn't a simple, smooth curve. There were more than one peak, there were slight shifts in timing, and there were hints that multiple active regions on the surface were kind of competing for control, each one contributing to the overall brightness as the comet spun around. But today, when NASA's team took the new photometry data, the new brightness measurements, and folded it over the previous rotation period to see how things lined up, two things immediately jumped out at them. First, the rotation period itself has nudged...
That's crazy. Look at that shit. That is wild. So we don't even know what the fuck. What the fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying, look at how our universe is, right? Well, you have this Venus, Mars. You know what I'm saying? Outside Saturn, all of them, bro. This motherfucker's just going in. He's gonna go in and come right back out. It does a loop.
Again, it's a tiny change.
See that?
Just a slight shortening of the period, but it's enough that the main brightness peak now arrives earlier than it should if the spin were completely fixed and stable. The comet is spinning just a little bit faster than it was before. Second, those smaller secondary peaks in the brightness curve have merged together into this more complex plateau. Instead of having distinct, separate peaks, they're now overlapping each other, creating this more complicated pattern. So instead of seeing a...
But okay. Are we watching AI, Alice? It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day. Yeah, Alice is gonna be I don't know. Yeah, So yeah, it's getting close to our planet. So yeah, Atlas is something wrong here. So you see, okay, you see right here, where our Atlas is at? It's right there. It's gonna get by Mars. It's gonna get so Earth is all the way on the left right here. You can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. So it's gonna be there. But it's
a nice simple rhythm, like bright, then dim, then bright, then dim. The comet now has this more jagged, irregular pulse. It's almost like it's running on 2 or 3 different beats at the same time, instead of just one steady rhythm. And that pattern is exactly what you would expect to see when 2 things are happening simultaneously. First, the spin state of the comet is still changing. It's not locked in yet. And second, new vents are opening up and joining the activity, while older vents are starting to fade away. In other words, the comet's rotation and its activity pattern are still evolving together, hand in hand. One affects the other, and they're both still shifting. Now, add the spectra into the mix, and the picture gets even more complete. Spectra are basically measurements of the specific wavelengths of light coming from the gas around the comet, and they tell you what kinds of molecules are out there in the coma. And the new spectral measurements from today show a subtle but really important shift in the balance of different chemical species around 3I Atlas. Some of the lighter, more volatile components, the stuff that evaporates really easily, the stuff that dominated the spectrum when the
yeah, so you see it real quick. Okay, so you see it just seems to go past all of this. It missed Earth. Mars is all the way on this side. But at one point it was really close to fucking Mars.
Comet was closer to perihelion, closer to its closest approach to the sun. That stuff is starting to fade now. At the same time, the signatures associated with deeper, more refractory ices, the stuff that's harder to evaporate, and larger dust grains, those are becoming relatively stronger in the spectrum. What that means is the outer coma is starting to look older. It's getting dominated by processed dust that's just drifting away from the nucleus. But the inner region, right near the core, that's getting enriched with fresh material that wasn't there a week ago, brand new stuff that's just now being exposed and released. And that's exactly the pattern you would expect to see if the heat wave from the comet's closest approach to the sun is still migrating inward through the nucleus, slowly working its way deeper into the interior, turning on layers that have never been exposed to sunlight before, layers that have never vented before in this comet's entire existence. So when you put all of that together, when you look at the complete picture, what do you have? You've got new inner arcs appearing in the coma structure. You've got a rotation period that's getting slightly faster and more complex. You've got a gas,
right? Man,
this and dust mixture that.
So this is our universe. We have all this shit rotating in one angle. Motherfuckers looping, and then there's a whole bunch of different fucking shit. They have planets that loop all the way across. I gotta get either AI or VR or computer game that you can see how all these planets work. I had one. I forgot it was on iPad. You can see all the planets, how they move, how they rotate, things like that. And then if you look at the 10th planet, is it the 10th planet? Yeah, it's the 10th planet. So how it moves, it doesn't rotate the way the rest of these planets work.
Keeps tilting toward deeper, previously hidden material that's only now being activated.
You see that?
3I Atlas isn't just cooling off and settling down after its close encounter with the sun. That's not what's happening here at all. It's peeling. Layer by layer, it's peeling. And here's the thing that makes this really significant. Each layer that becomes active doesn't just add more of the same behavior. It doesn't just make the comet a little bit brighter or add a little bit more to the tail. it actually changes the behavior entirely. New fractures open up in the surface, new jets start firing from new locations that weren't active before. The balance between gas and dust shifts, and that changes how the entire coma looks visually and how efficiently sunlight can push on the material, creating what we call radiation pressure. And that brings us to the dynamics, the orbital mechanics, which is where this gets really important for understanding what might happen next. When NASA's orbit determination teams ran today's astrometry measurements through their trajectory solver, when they tried to figure out exactly where this comet is and where it's going, they were really hoping that the non-gravitational force would finally start to taper off in a clean, predictable way. The non-gravitational force is basically that tiny rocket engine effect from the jets.
Yeah, they don't know. That's why it's weird.
When gas vents off the surface of a comet, it doesn't just make the comet look brighter. It actually pushes on the nucleus like a tiny thruster, and that affects the orbit in ways that pure gravity can't explain. You have to account for it separately, and the hope was that by now, that force would be settling down, becoming weaker and more predictable as the comet moves away from the sun and activity naturally decreases. But instead, the magnitude of that force has held nearly steady. It hasn't dropped off the way they expected. The direction of the force didn't swing around as violently as it did on some earlier days, which is good, but it still had to be adjusted, still had to be nudged in their models to make the data fit properly. And the message from those numbers is actually pretty simple and pretty clear. 3i Atlas is still actively steering itself through space. It's not as chaotic as it was at peak activity, but it's still enough that you absolutely cannot treat this thing as just a passive rock falling through the sun's gravitational field. It's more complicated than that. Inside this nucleus, vents are still switching on and off. Torque is still being applied to the body, changing how it spins. The spin itself is still being adjusted by the comet's own outgassing, by its own internal activity. And this is where the word evolving stops being just a neutral description and starts becoming something more like a warning. Because think about it this way. A stable comet, a normal comet, might flare up when it gets close to the sun, sure. But then it settles into a quiet, predictable fade as it moves back out into the cold outer solar system. You can...
Yeah, that's just crazy. Bro, you saw that. Look how big... I don't even know what the fuck it's called.
Predictable fade as it moves back out into the cold...
This is just one of many. We're just little fuckers back.
Cold outer solar system. You can model it, you can predict what it's going to do, and you can basically check the box and say, okay, we understand this object. But an evolving comet, especially one that came from another star system, one with an internal structure and composition that we know absolutely nothing about from any prior experience. An evolving comet is under constant reconfiguration. It's not in a stable state. Things are still changing. Every time a new vent opens up, it changes the stress map inside the nucleus. Forces get redistributed. Weak points that were under compression might suddenly be under tension, or vice versa. Every small...
Okay. So sorry, amigos. Let's continue this shit on tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we're going to be getting a better example. But yeah, shout out to everybody that came through. Tiffany, shout out to my boy Tycho. Sweet Kev. I'm saying we got everybody in the motherfucking building. My bro. So everybody. Much fun. I like it. Okay, you love it. What is it? I love it, you like it? Yeah, whatever. It's also Mark Nash, my boy. I'm sure he was chilling in the background. But yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Tomorrow is anticipated to get as close to Earth. I think the big announcement. So yeah, if you don't know, now you know. 3i Atlas. That's what we were talking about. Peace. Salute to all the amigos. For the next one, let's go.